talking about creating of a new state. My brother from the other side is talking about Anioma. See, it can not only be when there is time to talk about this kind of thing, they will agree they are Igbo people. What we are talking about as of today is geopolitical zone. There is nothing like Anioma. Anioma is in the south as of today. We are talking about southeast. Now, if we are talking about southeast, any state you're talking about should come from the southeast.
It seems that the news on the creation of Anioma state has necessitated, or let's say, resurrected the quest for the creation of other states in the southeast. While Senator Ned Nwoko is sponsoring a bill for the creation of Anioma state, other members of the National Assembly from the southeast are also sponsoring bills to create different states on the upper and the lower chamber. Honorable Ikenga Ugochine, representing Idato North and South Federal Constituency, is sponsoring a bill to create Orlu State. There is Senator Okeze, representing Enugu North Senatorial District, sponsoring a bill for the creation of Adada State. Then the man you just listened to, Honorable Amobi Oga, is representing Isikwato Federal Constituency in Abia State, is sponsoring a bill for the creation of Etiti State. All these bills seeks to add one more additional state to the 5 southeast states to make it 6 in number. The question on the lips of many people is, which of these 3 proposed states will get the nod? Which of these offer a more balanced addition to the territorial expansion of the southeast? With statistics available, evidence available, I think the creation of an Anioma state will serve a more better purpose than any other state in the southeast, and I'm going to prove that to you. But you need to understand that the debate surrounding the creation of new state in Nigeria is not new. For decades, marginalized regions have called for equitable management and distribution of resources to enhance the welfare of their people. The call for Anioma state, championed by Senator Ned Nwoko, representing Delta North Senatorial District, is a compelling proposal that seeks to address historical imbalances and promote fair representation, especially for the southeast geopolitical zone. Historically, the demand for Anioma state dates back to the 1950s, initiated by the people of Abo and Asaba, Anyocha Oshimili and Ika division in the Western Regional House of Assembly. This long-standing agitation underscored the deep-rooted desire for recognition and self-determination among the Anioma people. The creation of Anioma state will not only honor this historical pursuit, but also ensure the preservation and promotion of the unique cultural heritage of the Anioma people. Throughout history, the Anioma people have consistently demonstrated resilience and unity in their quest for statehood. Their cultural festivals, such as the Iwaji, the New Yam Festival, and the Ibanku traditional marriage ceremony, reflect the rich traditions that bind the community together. Establishing the Anioma state will provide a platform for these cultural practices to thrive and gain national recognition, fostering a sense of pride and identity among the Anioma people. Nigeria's current geopolitical structure is imbalanced, with the southeast having only 5 states compared to other zones with 6 or more states. This disparity affects legislative representation and resource allocation, which is disadvantageous to the southeast. Senator Nwoko's proposal for Anioma state aims to correct this imbalance by adding a 6th state to the southeast, thus ensuring fairer representation in the Senate and a more equitable distribution of national resources. The creation of Anioma state will enhance the southeast political influence, ensuring that the region's interests are adequately represented at the federal level. The adjustment will help to rectify historical oversight and promote a more balanced federation, ultimately strengthening Nigeria's democratic foundation. The proposed Anioma state boasts significant economic potential, comprising 9 local government areas, 6 of which are rich in oil and gas resources. The proposed state is well positioned for economic viability. Additionally, the region's abundant human capital further enhances potential for sustainable development. By redistributing resources to accommodate Anioma's needs, the new state could stimulate economic growth, infrastructure development, and improve public services, benefiting not only Anioma but also neighboring regions. The strategic location of the proposed Anioma state offers opportunities for trade and investment, particularly in agriculture, commerce, and tourism. The fertile line is ideal for large-scale farming, which could boost food production and create jobs. Furthermore, the development of infrastructure such as road, bridges, and power supply could facilitate economic activities and attract investors, leading to increased revenue generation for the state. The creation of Anioma state will lead to shift in political power and representation at both state and federal levels. This reconfiguration could balance political influence in the surrounding zones, fostering a more inclusive and representative political landscape. Senator Nwoko emphasizes that his proposal is about ensuring fair representation and resource allocation for the Southeast, addressing a long-standing geopolitical oversight. With the proposed Anioma state, the Southeast could gain an additional voice in the Senate, enhancing its ability to advocate for policies and projects that benefit the region. The increased representation could also enable the Southeast to play a more significant role in national decision-making process, promoting greater inclusivity and equity in government. Anioma state could influence social-cultural interaction and relationship, strengthening the bonds within the Southeast and promoting unity among the Igbo people. The Anioma Socio-Cultural Group, Izu Anioma, and the Pan-Igbo Cultural Organization, Ohaneze Ndigbo, have been vocal advocates for the cause, highlighting its cultural and social significance. The creation of Anioma state will foster a sense of identity and belonging among its people, contributing to the overall cultural cohesion of the region. The establishment of Anioma state could also facilitate cultural exchange and cooperation between the Anioma people and other ethnic groups within the Southeast. This interaction could promote mutual understanding and respect, referencing the social fabric of the region and enhancing national unity. Despite the compelling argument for Anioma state, some opposition exists, primarily from the Ukwuani people, one of the 9 local government areas in Delta North. The Ukwuani, under the aegis of VOT Abanum, have expressed a preference for aligning with the Urhobo, Isoko, and Isekiri ethnic nationalities rather than Anioma and Oshimili. This opposition, however, represents a minority view within the broader Anioma region. Critics argue that the creation of Anioma state could disrupt existing political and economic dynamics. However, this concern can be addressed through inclusive dialogue and collaborative planning. Senator Nwoko's initiative involves extensive consultation and consensus building with stakeholders, ensuring that all voices are heard and concerns are addressed. The proposal for Orlu State, another suggested addition to the Southeast, involved subdividing existing Igbo state. This approach could create further fragmentation and may not garner broad support. In contrast, Anioma state, coming from a different part outside of the existing Southeast, will add to the Igbo and Southeast without subdividing existing state. This strategy is more acceptable as it expands the Southeast representation and influence without internal division. Discussions with Honorable Ikenga Ugochinyere, a major proponent of Orlu State, revealed that there is lack of widespread support for this proposal. Even communities in Anambra, close to Orlu, have expressed opposition, highlighting the absence of consultation and consensus. In contrast, Anioma State enjoys broader support and aligns with the strategic interests of the Southeast. Honorable Ugochinyere acknowledged the challenge in promoting Orlu State, noting that the lack of grassroots support and external influence have hindered its progress. This admission underscored the need for a more unifying and widely accepted proposal such as Anioma State, which has garnered significant backing from various stakeholders within the Southeast. The Southeast state was politically partitioned by the military government of Yakubu Gowon, giving different Igbo communities to other regions. This led to the Southeast state being adjudged as a landlocked or as a dot nation according to President Muhammadu Buhari. Creating of Adada, Etiti, Orlu state will lead to the balkanization of the already balkanized Southeast state, as these bills seek to take different LGAs from Imo, Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu to form Adada, Orlu, and Etiti state. These 3 states will be a huge disservice to the Southeast state. Anioma state will reintegrate partitioned Igbo communities back to the Southeast, thereby increasing the Southeast territorial expansion. There are already widespread dissatisfaction from these LGAs. I want you to listen to the House of Rep member representing the people of Ekulobia and what he has to say.
Because my name is Honorable Zokwe Peter Ifani. I represent the good people of Nnewi North, Nnewi South, and the Ekusigo Federal Constituency.
I was thinking this is a point of order I've been discussing with the leader of the House.
Because knowing I joined date, there will be fire in my constituency. I need to douse the tension. So we need one state. But you cannot just sit in a place and scramble and petition Ozobo and carve my own dear town into Orlu State without consulting me. I am the representative of Nnewi North, Nnewi South, and the Ekusigo Federal Constituency. And I come from Ozobo. And my colleague will just disregard me and carve my town into Orlu State. I want to make it clear, Mr. Speaker. Since Saturday, Sunday, Monday, my phone was switched off because they were looking for me. Is it what they sent me here to do? I said I did not know anything about Ozobo being put into a state I don't know. I was not part of the discussion. We have to carry everybody along. Communication breakdown can cause civil war again. I don't like it. Your Excellency, I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
You have heard him, and there are other people from different LGA that are rejecting this state. So what are we going to do? The mainstream Ohaneze Ndibu, led by Chief Emmanuel Imwanyawu, should adopt the proposed Anioma state as the best option for the Igbo people. By bringing together all stakeholders, including local communities, traditional leaders, and political representatives, a unified approach can be developed. This collective effort will demonstrate the Igbo people's commitment to equitable representation and resource distribution. You must understand that opposition to Anioma state appears to be politically motivated, potentially funded by political opponent of Senator Ned Nwoko. It is essential to recognize that this dissenting voice represents a small minority. The broader consensus within the Anioma region and the Southeast support the creation of Anioma state as a viable and sustainable solution. Engaging the Ukwani and addressing their concerns through dialogue and collaboration can mitigate opposition. Highlighting the shared benefits of Anioma state, such as improved infrastructure, economic opportunities, and enhanced political representation, can foster a sense of inclusion and cooperation among all ethnic groups in the region. Nigeria's geopolitical structure requires careful consideration and decision-making to address long-standing imbalance and promote equitable distribution. The creation of Anioma state, championed by Senator Ned Nwoko, represents a strategic and well-considered proposal that addresses historical grievances, promotes fair representation, and stimulates economic growth. The proposed Anioma state is not just an addition to the map, it is a step towards equitable development and resource distribution for the Igbo people and the Southeast. By supporting this proposal, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu can make history and leave a lasting legacy of promoting justice, equity, and progress for all Nigerians. The time to act is now, and the creation of Anioma state is both urgent and compelling. One of the most important aspects of the Anioma state proposal is its potential to correct the historical marginalization of the Anioma people. For decades, the Anioma people have felt neglect in terms of development and representation, which has hindered their ability to fully participate in the social, economic, and political affairs of the country. The creation of Anioma state will serve as a form of restitution, acknowledging past injustice and paving the way for a more inclusive and balanced federation. The Anioma people, with their rich cultural heritage and history of resilience, have contributed significantly to the development of Nigeria. Yet their contributions have been overlooked due to their minority status within the larger Delta state. By granting them their state, Nigeria will be recognizing and honoring their unique identity and ensuring that their voices are heard in the national discourse. The strategic location of Anioma state also offers significant advantages. Positioned as a gateway between the Southeast and the South-South region, Anioma state could facilitate trade and commerce, fostering economic integration and cooperation between these regions. This could lead to the development of new markets and the expansion of existing ones, benefiting not only Anioma state but also its neighboring states and the country as a whole. In conclusion, I want to call on all the other House of Rep. Conclusively, the proponents for the creation of Etiti, Adada, and Orlu state should know that this is about the expansion of Igbo land. They should support Ned Nwoko in the actualization of Anioma state. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.